Welcome! In this session we will create a function to deal with the missing data. So we are here in R and we are going to create a function to deal with the missing data. As you will see, this function is quite long, so I'm not going to write it directly on the terminal. I'm just going to explain it line by line. The first thing that we are going to do is to create this function fill NAs, and NAs refers to missing data. Then we will create a function with the data frame. We will assign this data frame when we apply the function, and we will assign a field value according to the data class. For example, if the data class is a number, we will assign a 0. If it is a factor, we will assign the value NA field. If it is a character, we will assign the same value NA field. And if the missing data is a date, we will assign the value 1st of January of 1900. Then, after we have assigned the values for each one of the classes, we will make a loop in the columns of the data frame, and according to the data class, we will fill the respective value and create a surrogate column. We will create this for loop, and we will ask from the first column, the first variable, to the number of columns of the data frame. In our specific case, that will be 20, because there are 20 variables, 20 columns. Then it will ask the class of that variable. If it is a number or an integer, then it will ask another question. If it is a missing value, is .na, then it will create if it is true, it will create a surrogate column with the name of the original column plus /field NA, and then it will fill each one of the values that are missing with the value that we assigned for each one of the specific classes. In this specific case, it will fill with the field number value that we assign as 0. And the loop will do the same for each one of the data classes, for the factors, for the characters, and for the dates. It will ask if there is a missing value in that variable. If that is the case, if it is true, then it will create a new column with the name of the original variable plus /field NA, and it will fill the missing value with the value that we assigned here according to each one of the classes. Then we can run this. If you want, we can create this variable. So I'm going to select it and run it. Now we have run this function, and we can see it at the global environment, fill NAs. We have just created a new function, the function fill NAs, which will fill the missing data and will create a surrogate column to indicate which one of the values have been filled. Now, once that we have created the function fill NAs that we can see here in our global environment, we are ready to apply it on our credit cards data frame. So I'm going to create a new variable or a new data frame named credit cards NA, so NA for the missing values, and I'm going to call the function that we just created fill NAs, and as a parameter I have to be sure that credit cards is a data frame, so I'm going to use as data frame, and then I'm going to write credit cards, the database that we are using. When I press enter, you can see that we created a new data frame with an additional variable. And which one is that additional variable? Well, as you remember, some of the values of start date were missing, so it created a new value to indicate which one of those values were filled. So it put a 1 on the values that were filled. Let's double click these credit cards, and you can see here the new variable start date field with a lot of zeros, so those were the values that were not missing. And let's try to find one that was missing. I think we passed one. There is one. So you can see here 1, and then you can go to the variable start date, and you can see that it was filled with the 1st of January of 1900. Practically, this is the example that I wanted to present to you. So now you can use this code to deal with missing data. That's all for this session. Thanks for watching.